But for me, this is a very beautiful thing to say. The advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Now this outweigh, we also have things such as outnumber. We were outnumbered by the enemy. We were outnumbered by the enemy. It means the enemy had less or more soldiers, had less or more men. We were outnumbered by them more. They outnumbered us. France, the French team was outnumbered by, let's say, Germany. So Germany had more players because 2 of the players of France were sent off. So they were outnumbered. The French team were outnumbered by the Germans. It means less in the French team. They were outnumbered by the Germans. Germans more. So if we outnumber them, we are more than them. They outnumber us, but we are stronger. They outnumber us, but we're stronger. Yes? This is a very hopeful statement. They outnumber us, but hopefully we're stronger. And it's good to be able to use things such as hopefully, luckily, thankfully, hopefully, luckily, thankfully, fortunately, unfortunately, right? Things like that. Everyone knows fortunately, unfortunately, right? Fortunately, they outnumbered us, but fortunately, we were stronger. But fortunately, we could beat them. Unfortunately, they outnumbered us. Unfortunately, we lost the game. Unfortunately. That was very unfortunately, no, that was very unfortunate.
No.
Unfortunate. So unfortunate, yes, unfortunate. We have fortunate. We were fortunate, we were lucky. Luckily, we won. Luckily, you will win. I'll talk about luck and stuff later. We're not talking about luck here. We have another phrase. So we talked about while something is... Do you remember in contrast? In contrast or by contrast? By or in, both. So in contrast, yeah, big cities they have many facilities. In contrast, small towns don't have many facilities. But if I say even though they have less facilities, they are calmer and quieter and they offer better services. Like in Canada, maybe there are less facilities in smaller towns, but they offer better services because of less traffic. There's less demand, more time to serve the people. So, there's also another phrase, as opposed to, and I want you to learn as opposed to too. How do we use as opposed to? As opposed to. somebody tell me how it's used as opposed to?
Before.
Use it in a sentence. Give me a sentence. As opposed to.
I prefer drink coffee as opposed to drink tea.
As opposed to tea. She prefers to drink coffee as opposed to tea. As opposed to. 2 minutes. So as opposed to. As opposed to. So she prefers to drink coffee as opposed to tea. I prefer to live in a small city as opposed to small town as opposed to a large city. So as opposed to means, especially when we use it for contrast. It's good to know. So in short, for big cities, we can go on and on, talking about skyscrapers, high rises, skyscrapers. The large population of people, all those things, we can talk about them negatively or positively. So every rose has its thorn. Maybe I forgot to tell you. Rose is a good thing, right? So every rose, every good thing, has its thorn. So it's the rose, and it has thorns, right? And every cloud, which is a bad thing, and before that is the sun is behind it, has a silver lining. The sun, you can see there's something nice about a cloud to a cloud that is supposed to be dark and bad thing. There's also some good thing about, so every bad thing has its good things. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every bad thing has a good thing. Nothing is completely bad or completely good. It's not black or white. And every good thing also has some bad things. Every rose has its thorn, and every cloud has, not its, has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining, and every rose has its thorn or thorns. Yes. So, in villages and rural areas, you talk about calm and quiet. You talk about the birds and the nature.
People more friendly.
People are more friendly. You're talking about fresh air. You're talking about maybe some people like to live in a farm. The ranches live close to the cows and the sheep. Yeah, nature. They like livestock. Every day I'll like to go milk my cows and sing a cow song. There's no cow song, right? Like a song for my sheep and cows or stuff like that. So we can also talk about the small town. A lot of people prefer to live in small towns as opposed to large cities. Personally, I would love to live in a big city where there are a lot of people, there's a lot of noise, and yes, all of that noise and all that pollution, perfect, thank you, I love it. So, thank you, now it's time for break. Alright, go on forever. Have a good lunch.
Oh.